Some vehicles from Japan's past became infamous, eventually being banned or quietly removed from the market. These cars were often at the center of controversy due to safety concerns, emissions, or regulations that changed rapidly during their production years. In certain cases, their engines were considered too powerful or too polluting for new environmental standards. In other cases, the design posed risks that authorities could not ignore, forcing automakers to halt production. Once removed, these models rarely returned, and companies often tried to erase them from history. Advertisements, brochures, and even official records were sometimes edited to avoid mentioning these vehicles. This created a mysterious aura around them, making enthusiasts and collectors curious about what had been hidden. Discussions in magazines, forums, and online communities kept the memory alive, turning these forgotten cars into legends. Despite being banned or discontinued, they gained a kind of cult status, celebrated by those who appreciate rare and unusual engineering choices. These cars remind us how laws, technological innovation, and public perception.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Number 7.
The Toyota 2000 GT holds a unique place in automotive history as one of the most iconic and influential Japanese sports cars ever created. Introduced in 1967, it was not just a car, but a statement. Japan was ready to challenge the dominance of European manufacturers in the high-performance market. The 2000 GT combined elegance, innovation, and engineering precision in a way that redefined what the world thought Japanese automakers could achieve. The design of the 2000 GT was sleek, refined, and clearly influenced by the finest European Grand Tours of the era, particularly the Jaguar E-Type. Its long hood, flowing lines, and low stance gave it a timeless beauty that still resonates today. However, while it was inspired by European models, the car had a distinct Japanese identity. The body was hand-built by Yamaha, which already had extensive expertise in precision craftsmanship. The result was a design that combined artistry and engineering in perfect harmony. Underneath its stunning exterior, the 2000 GT was technologically advanced. It featured a 2-liter straight-six engine derived from Toyota's existing powertrains, but refined and enhanced by Yamaha engineers. With twin overhead camshafts and a high revving nature, the engine delivered around 150 horsepower, which was impressive for the time. Combined with a 5-speed manual transmission and a limited slip differential, the car provided driving dynamics that could rival European rivals such as Porsche and Jaguar. Independent suspension on all 4 wheels further contributed to sharp handling, making the 2000 GT a true driver's car. One of the most remarkable aspects of the Toyota 2000 GT was its rarity. Only 351 units were ever built between 1967 and 1970, making it an exclusive and highly collectible model today. This limited production was partly due to the high cost of manufacturing, as much of the car was assembled by hand. The 2000 GT was not intended as a mass-market vehicle, but rather as a showcase of Japan's ability to produce world-class performance cars. The GT also achieved fame in the big screen. It appeared in the 1967 James Bond film You Only Live Twice, which was set in Japan. For the movie, Toyota built 2 special convertible versions of the car, as the original coupe was too low for actor Sean Connery to sit comfortably inside. This cinematic exposure introduced the 2000 GT to a global audience and solidified its reputation as a car of glamour and sophistication. In addition to its film role, the 2000 GT also made a mark in motorsport. Number 6. The Mazda Cosmos Sport, introduced in 1967, represents one of the most groundbreaking achievements in Japanese automotive history. It was not only Mazda's first sports car, but also the world's first production car powered by a twin-rotor Wankel rotary engine. At a time when Japanese manufacturers were still building their international reputation, the Cosmos Sport demonstrated both daring innovation and engineering sophistication. Its legacy is one of bold experimentation and lasting influence. The design of the Cosmo Sport was striking and futuristic for its era. Unlike many sports cars that drew inspiration from European Grand Tours, the Cosmo had a distinct identity. Its proportions were compact, with a long, low hood and a short rear deck, giving it a sleek aerodynamic profile. The car's lines were clean and modern, and its pop-up headlights added a touch of technological charm. It looked like something out of science fiction, which was fitting since its name, Cosmo, was chosen to reflect the era's fascination with space exploration. The design symbolized Mazda's desire to move beyond convention and embrace the future. The real innovation of the Cosmo Sport lay under the hood. It was powered by a 982cc twin-rotor Wankel rotary engine, delivering around 110 horsepower in its earliest form. While the output was modest compared to larger sports cars of the time, the rotary engine offered several unique advantages. It was compact, lightweight, and capable of high revolutions, giving the car a smooth and distinctive power delivery. This engine set Mazda apart from other manufacturers and marked the beginning of the company's long relationship with rotary technology. The Cosmo Sport was not only an impressive debut, but also a technological statement. Mazda was willing to take risks where others hesitated. Driving dynamics were also advanced. The Cosmo Sport came with a 4-speed manual transmission, later upgraded to a 5-speed in the Series 2 model. Independent front suspension and a live rear axle provided balanced handling, while front disc brakes ensured adequate stopping power. Although it was not the fastest car on the road, it offered a unique driving experience, especially with the high-revving nature of the rotary engine. The car's lightweight construction and precise engineering made it agile and engaging, appealing to enthusiasts who valued innovation as much as performance. Production of the Cosmo Sport was extremely limited. Between 1967 and 1972, fewer than 1,200 units were built.
Number 5. The Toyota Sports 800, introduced in 1965, was Toyota's first production sports car and remains one of the most charming and distinctive vehicles in Japanese automotive history. While it may not have the glamorous reputation of the Toyota 2000 GT or the technological daring of the Mazda Cosmo Sport, the Sports 800 played a vital role in establishing Japan's sports car culture. It was a small, lightweight, and efficient vehicle designed for driving enjoyment rather than raw speed, embodying a uniquely Japanese approach to sports car design in the 1960s. The design of the Toyota Sports 800 was both practical and appealing. Built on a modified version of the Toyota Publicus platform, the car featured a compact body with smooth curves and an approachable, friendly character. Measuring under 4 meters in length and weighing only about 580 kilograms, the Sports 800 was incredibly small compared to its international contemporaries. One of its most distinctive features was its removable Targa roof panel, which allowed drivers to enjoy open-air motoring long before this design became widespread. This clever touch gave the car a playful and versatile personality. At the heart of the Sports 800 was an air-cooled, 2-cylinder boxer engine with a displacement of just 790 cubic centimeters. It produced around 45 horsepower, a modest figure even for the 1960s. However, Toyota's philosophy with the Sports 800 was not to chase raw power, but to emphasize lightness and efficiency. The car's featherweight design meant that even with such a small engine, it could reach speeds of up to 160 kilometers per hour. More importantly, it was fun to drive, offering nimble handling and responsiveness that made it feel alive on the road. This approach anticipated a principle that has guided many successful sports cars. It is not always about horsepower, but about the overall driving experience. The Sports 800 was also remarkable for its efficiency. In an era when fuel consumption was often overlooked in sports cars, Toyota built a vehicle that was economical and practical. The combination of a lightweight body and a small engine resulted in fuel economy figures that were outstanding even by modern standards. This balance of driving fun and practicality made the Sports 800 particularly well suited to Japan's roads and consumer needs at the time. production numbers of the Sports 800 were limited, with only about 3,100 units built between 1965 and 1969. Most were sold within Japan and very few were exported, which makes surviving examples rare today. Despite its limited reach, the Sports 800 laid an important foundation for Toyota's later sports car ventures. It proved that Toyota could successfully build a car dedicated to driving pleasure rather than just utility and reliability. The Sports 800 also sought limited competition use, including entries in endurance races such as the Suzuka 500 kilometers. Its lightweight and efficiency gave it an advantage in events where durability and fuel economy mattered as much as outright speed. These appearances, while modest compared to the racing pedigree of later Toyota models, nonetheless added to the car's reputation. Today, the Toyota Sports 800 is remembered with affection as the Yodahachi, a nickname combining Toyota and the Japanese word for 8. Collectors and enthusiasts value it not for brute force, but for its charm, clever engineering, and historical significance. As Toyota's first sports car, it opened the door to a lineage that would later include the 2000 GT, the Celica, the Supra, and beyond. In many ways, the Sports 800 embodied the Japanese philosophy of making the most out of less, delivering joy, efficiency, and character in a compact package that continues to captivate enthusiasts to this day.
Number 4. The Subaru 360, introduced in 1958, holds an extraordinary place in Japanese automotive history as the nation's first mass-produced car. Known affectionately as the Ladybug due to its rounded, friendly appearance, the Subaru 360 was more than just a vehicle. It was a symbol of Japan's post-war recovery and its growing commitment to mobility for ordinary people. Affordable, compact, and accessible, it transformed the way Japanese society approached personal transportation and set the stage for the country's automotive industry to flourish. The design of the Subaru 360 was guided by Japan's K-car regulations, which encouraged the production of small economical vehicles to suit the country's narrow streets and limited resources. The car measured just 3 meters in length and weighed around 450 kilograms. Its shape was charmingly simple, with soft curves, large windows, and a minimalistic approach that emphasized practicality. The cabin, though small, could seat 4 passengers in a 2+2 arrangement, making it surprisingly useful for families despite its tiny footprint. At the core of the Subaru 360 was a rear-mounted, air-cooled 2-stroke 2-cylinder engine with a displacement of only 356 cubic centimeters, producing around 16 horsepower. While the performance was modest, the lightweight design allowed the car to achieve speeds of up to 80 kilometers per hour, which was sufficient for city driving and short trips. More importantly, the engine was extremely fuel efficient, a vital feature in a country still recovering from wartime shortages and rebuilding its economy. The emphasis on affordability and efficiency reflected Subaru's vision of making car ownership possible for ordinary Japanese citizens. One of the most remarkable aspects of the Subaru 360 was its role in democratizing mobility. Before its introduction, car ownership in Japan was limited to wealthier individuals, businesses, and government organizations. The 360 changed that by offering a vehicle that was priced within reach of average families. Its affordability, combined with low operating costs, made it a practical choice for a wide segment of society. For many Japanese families in the late 1950s and early 1960s, the Subaru 360 represented their very first experience of owning a car.
Number 3.
The Honda S600, introduced in 1964, was one of the earliest sports cars produced by Honda and a crucial step in establishing the company's reputation as an innovative and ambitious automaker. Before this point, Honda was primarily known for its motorcycles, where it had already achieved significant global success. With the S600, Honda demonstrated that it could transfer its engineering expertise from 2 wheels to 4, creating a small, high-revving sports car that embodied the brand's adventurous spirit and technical brilliance.
The design of the S600 reflected the light, agile, and approachable nature of early Japanese sports cars. It was compact, with a length of just under 3.5 meters and a weight of around 715 kilograms. Styled as a roadster with graceful proportions, the S600 also came in a fastback coupe version, offering drivers a choice between open-top motoring and a sportier closed body. Its design was simple but elegant, characterized by rounded contours, a low stance, and a friendly yet purposeful character. It was not a car that aimed to intimidate, rather it aimed to invite drivers into an exciting new experience. At the heart of the S600 was a remarkable engine. True to Honda's motorcycle heritage, it was a 606cc, 4-cylinder, double overhead cam unit with 4 carburetors, producing around 57 horsepower at an astonishing 8,500 revolutions per minute. For its size, this was an extraordinary level of performance, making the S600 one of the highest revving production cars of its era. The engine's smoothness and eagerness to rev gave the car a unique character, and its sound reflected Honda's deep knowledge of building high-performance motorcycle engines. The engineering of the S600 extended beyond the engine. In a move that highlighted Honda's unconventional thinking, the car used a chain drive system to power the rear wheels, with enclosed chains running to each wheel from a solid rear axle. This unusual solution, derived from Honda's motorcycle expertise, gave the car a distinctive technical identity.
Number 2.
The Mitsubishi Galant GTO, introduced in 1970, represents one of the earliest attempts by Mitsubishi to create a true sports coupe with international appeal. Positioned as a Grand Touring Omologato, or GTO, the car reflected Mitsubishi's ambition to establish itself not just as a manufacturer of practical vehicles, but also as a builder of stylish, performance-oriented automobiles. The Galant GTO captured the youthful spirit of the 1970s in Japan and offered a glimpse into the company's future direction in motorsport and performance cars. The design of the Galant GTO was inspired heavily by American muscle cars, which were popular worldwide at the time. Its long hood, fastback silhouette, and bold proportions reflected the same kind of sporty confidence seen in cars like the Ford Mustang and Dodge Challenger. Yet it was adapted to Japanese tastes and regulations, resulting in a smaller, more agile package. The car exuded a sense of power and style, with sharp body lines, a sloping roofline, and distinctive quad headlights. For Japanese buyers, it offered the glamour of a muscle car in a more practical domestic form. Under the hood, the Galant GTO was available with a range of engines to suit different customers. These included 4-cylinder options, but the most celebrated versions featured the Saturn Series inline-4 engines, ranging up to 2.0 liters in displacement. Output varied depending on the model, with the sportier MR Mitsubishi Racing variant producing around 125 horsepower, an impressive figure for a Japanese coupe of the era. Power was delivered through a 4 or 5-speed manual transmission, and rear-wheel drive provided the kind of handling balance expected from a performance-oriented car. The GTO was not just about looks and performance, it also embodied Mitsubishi's growing interest in motorsport. The company originally intended to homologate the GTO for international rally competition, with plans for a high-performance 2.0-liter VOHC engine. However, changes in regulations and the global oil crisis of the 1970s curtailed these ambitions. Even without a full factory-backed racing career, the GTO earned a reputation among enthusiasts as a spirited and capable machine, laying the groundwork for Mitsubishi's later success in rallying with cars like the Lancer Evolution. The GTO also stood out for its comfort and equipment. Number 1. The Toyota Carina, first introduced in 1970, was designed as a sporty yet practical compact car, positioned between the family-oriented Toyota Corona and the smaller Corolla. It was developed during a period of rapid growth in the Japanese automotive industry, when Toyota was seeking to diversify its lineup and appeal to younger buyers who wanted something stylish and spirited, but still affordable and reliable. Over its multiple generations, the Carina evolved into a versatile model that played an important role in Toyota's domestic and international strategy. The design of the first-generation Carina reflected the influences of the era, with sharp lines, a long hood, and a compact but dynamic stance. It was more youthful and aggressive than the Corona, which it shared its platform with. The styling was sporty without being extravagant, appealing to buyers who wanted a car with a modern image, but also one that could serve as a practical daily driver. Toyota offered the Carina in several body styles, including two-door and four-door sedans, as well as hardtop and later liftback versions, increasing its appeal to different customer segments. Under the hood, the Carina was equipped with a range of four-cylinder engines, from economical 1.4-liter units to more powerful 1.6 and 2-liter versions. These engines were part of Toyota's growing T-Series and R-Series engine families, known for their durability and simplicity. While the Carina was not a high-performance sports car, certain variants offered lively performance, particularly when paired with Toyota's manual transmissions. This balance of efficiency and driving enjoyment made the Carina popular with a wide spectrum of buyers, from young drivers to families.